Assalamu alaikum. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. People have come here from all over the world, literally from all over the world, from Boston in one place, from Africa, from the region, and they've come here to celebrate FinTech. They've come here to congratulate and surprise the young entrepreneurs that are there. Almost everybody who is anybody is represented here. These are the Oscars of FinTech. And this is where we gather together to make sure that we recognize and celebrate and support and encourage and guide people to get them into the future.
Where we stand today at the GCC is where we are shifting from an austerity period due to oil price slump towards a long-term transformation of our economies, resetting economies, and FinTech can play a key role here. If we see where things are going by 2030, the economic growth is going to be unlocked or unleashed by transformational plans, government transformational plans, in addition to the growing role of private sector. We estimate that the economic opportunity for private sector is estimated at least at $570 billion, which need to be funded. When you add to it the current funding gap in the region, which is estimated at least at $1.7 trillion, we think that FinTech can play a large role in funding this gap, which is already within the FinTech industry at $2 billion opportunity for companies. What are the emerging trends that we see for the future? Definitely there is a shift, there is a sector shift in business models in the region here. We are going from the first wave, which is payment, to a second wave or to a first plus wave, which is we see a rise of lending and capital raising, where our second wave now sectors are going more into blockchains, and we see that the share in startup creation is happening here in the region.
I'm Varun Mittal. I run FinTech emerging markets practice for EY. I used to run a startup myself before I joined EY. In 2016, we sold the company to Alipay. So I come from the non-consulting background, which is why I still don't have a jacket. The way we look at is in the coming next 2 to 3 years, governments here have pushed very hard on blockchain. They have looked at how the companies here can scale up. When do you have the first $100 million, first FinTech unicorn? So the way I look at is when will we have a made in MENA FinTech unicorn? I would personally put my bet as probably 2020, but I would love to be proven wrong and have it in 2019. And that's just one of the benchmark. Sometimes it's good to have $100 million companies than to have one unicorns. Middle East has a buffet of opportunities. From financial inclusion to wealth management, there is a full spectrum. From insurance for trade and maritime to KYC, AML, and RegTech. So there is something for everyone. So any global company who wants to come, there is something for everyone.
It's amazing to see you all here. I could see this gathering a year ago. And every time people ask me, like, what are you trying to do? I tell them what I used to do as a journalist, connecting brain power, I want to do it for real. And after 10 years of poking and creating trouble, I wanted to see people do really care about making a difference and impacting this part of the world. And today is a proof that actually I'm doing the right things. Thank you all for coming. We're talking about ecosystems here, and the first thing that comes to mind is regulations. And the MENA has very, very powerful regulators. Regulators as central banks, as CMAs, as insurance authorities, all types of regulators. Even free zones have regulators. We're also a region that has talent. I mean, look around you. This room here has more than 250 people of the brightest minds globally. But unfortunately, the FinTech market is very, very small. And that's where the idea for Fintech Galaxy came to life, because we want to connect the ecosystem virtually so that international markets and local markets start working together to actually, on a virtual level, collaborate, and then going down into the physical world and to real world, they start collaborating. Okay, I can't get the journalism out of my blood. I'm sorry, Your Excellency. I've got to be a journalist day and night. We attend events, we create awareness, we talk about what fintech is all about, we talk about financial inclusion, we talk about collaboration, we talk about actually bringing together the startups and the banks and how it's important to forge these partnerships. And what we've done is actually, today is a sample of what we've done virtually. Today, I think it's one of the rare occasions where you have Bahrain and Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Saudi and Egypt and Lebanon and almost every single country of the MENA represented in this hall. And you've got the EDB and the ADGM and the Fintech Bay in Bahrain and the DIFC all in one table. And I did it on purpose. Guys, I mean, the MENA itself is really small, and we can't afford to have separate countries with separate, sandboxes. And I hope one day that we will have a MENA sandbox where everyone can really innovate and share the experience. So most of you came tonight to attend FinX. This is actually, it's called FinX. This is the real FinX. It's fintech experts. And today we're celebrating excellence in fintech. And one more thing, what's the phoenix? It's the bird resurrecting from the ashes, because all of you, unless you innovate, you're going to turn into ashes. So
The most innovative Islamic Bank of the Year award, and Mirna is going to be with us, but can I request, please, Mohammed Al-Khatib, who is the group chairman from Path Solutions, to come in and actually hand over the award to the winners of the most innovative Islamic Bank of the Year. And the most innovative Islamic Bank of the Year is Al Baraka Banking Group. Yalla. The next award is the Financial Inclusion Champion of the Year award. Very interesting topic. Financial Inclusion Champion. I think it should be given to Mirna, don't you think so? Now we will request Mr. Deepak Khanna to come in from IFC to give out this award. And the award goes to CIB Egypt. Big hand, they did a wonderful job to put this together. Our next award goes to the Global Fintech Startup of the Year award. Now, that can be quite interesting, and we'd like to invite Mr. Hisham Farouk, our dear friend from the CEO of Grant Thornton. And it goes to Prisma Analytics. That is the most innovative Arab Bank of the Year award. And I'd like to request His Excellency Ahmed bin Salem to come in and hand over this award to us, please. Today. And the most innovative Arab Bank of the Year award goes to none other than Emirates NBD. And the last award in this category is the MENA FinTech Hub of the Year award. And everybody is represented, and as we know, they're all on the same table, so the whole table will move and come in here together. And that award goes to Team Bahrain.
A role model, perhaps, for regulators in the region. It has been a very dramatic change in our behavior as a regulator over the last 2 years. And this trip or this journey that I shared with my team has told me that regulator must be forward-looking, must be able to grab the opportunity and to pave the way for societies to move forward. We traditionally, as regulator, think in a very structured, risk-averse mentality. Fintech is completely different than this. So you can imagine the struggle that we have to go through to change our mindset in order to make sure that we become an enabler to the fintech industry.
Our vision and our dream, and we believe that this is going to happen one day, is to really bring seamless and frictionless commerce to the world, where everybody globally is able to tap into the wealth, create wealth, and enjoy through frictionless commerce. And this dream is enabled by the technology that we are working with, which is blockchain. As Tariq put it very nicely, it is a revolutionary concept, a revolutionary technology that enables a lot of the things that the world wasn't able of achieving before. Why does this, what does it mean for social impact? It means a whole lot, because we're looking at creating a much more level playing field for people to be able to tap into wealth, to create wealth, and to enjoy it. It is enabled by the technology. It is not monopolized. It is not going to be hidden behind boundaries. Regulation is coming for sure, but regulation is coming in a good form in order to protect the consumers, in order to protect those who partake in the system. Also, another very important aspect is any asset on the blockchain can be digitized, can be shared. So we're going to see a lot of fractional ownership. This is also opening up a lot of sharing in the real sense. Peer-to-peer transactions can happen seamlessly.
I'm just going to say that, guys, you're not leaving before 1 this morning, because we have a lot of dancing coming up, performances, dancing, bands, and all that.
She's volunteering, that's why. So, very good belly dancing, by the way.
Actually, when I did my first course in the MBA, it was analytics, and it was so hard, and I had to memorize all the formulas. I told my university colleagues at CAS that when I graduate, I'm going to belly dance on stage. So now I've graduated, and I'm not going to do any belly dancing. Maybe down.
Celebrating the next set of awards that we've got. And the first one is here we go, the Digital Transformation Leader of the Year Award. And I'll request Alexandra Badilescu from Western Union to join us, please, to give out the award. The award goes to First Abu Dhabi Bank. Okay, our next award is the MENA Digital Bank of the Year Award. And we'd like to invite Mohamed Jabri from Banque de Liban to hand out the prize for us. Thank you, Mohamed. And your hands together for wonderful efforts from the award is to Mashriq. Nayo. Now we've got the MENA Fintech Investment of the Year Award, and the person handing over the award is missing. And the winner for that is Sarwa, the MENA Investment of the Year. The next one is the MENA Fintech Entrepreneur of the Year Award. This is an interesting one, and may I please request Kevin Dunseith from Cass Business School to hand over this award. Kevin. And this award goes to the entrepreneur of entrepreneurs, the man who enables all these entrepreneurs to make stuff happen, and that is Craig Moore from Beehive, MENA Fintech Person of the Year Award. Brigadier Abdullah bin Sultan from Dubai Police, if he is here, we would be very grateful, Mr. Abdullah, to come in and join us. The winner is Raja Al-Mazrui, my colleague, board member.
So think about that. There's a lot of money in commerce, as I'm sure lawyers will tell you. You might think now, so what would Mahatma Gandhi and Mirna Slayman have in common? Well, both studied at City University of London. Now, traditionally, we say, why would somebody do an MBA? We heard today that the future is with zoologists and anthropologists and psychologists. Well, we have enough of them as well, actually, within the university. But there's still a demand for the MBA program. Traditionally, we say that we give you 5 things, 5 attributes. We give you knowledge, we give you skills, we give you confidence, we give you credibility, and we give you networks. But you bring something to us as well. And in the case, again, of an entrepreneur like Mirna, you see these things very powerfully. You see courage. And courage, I think, is a hugely undervalued quality today. But that's what the entrepreneur surely needs. Courage, determination, stamina when times get tough, as I'm sure they have done in the case of Fintech Galaxy, and possibly will continue to. And then, of course, passion for what you're doing. So these are the attributes, then, that students bring to us, as opposed to us giving them to those students.
And may we request Sammy Caiello from Morgan Stanley to be kind enough to join us on stage to support us to give the award to the most innovative MENA FinTech Regulator of the Year. It's Abu Dhabi Global Markets. Done a great job last year. The Financial Inclusion Startup of the Year. We've been talking a lot about sustainability, financial inclusion, and so on. And maybe request Lena again, please. All right, and the winner is Dinarak, Startup of the Year. And the next one is the MENA FinTech Accelerator of the Year Award. Got it right, DTech. DTech has won the Financial Accelerator of the Year Award. My dear friend Hans-Henrik Christensen. So as I was saying, that in every industry there are some really colorful characters that are mad, that are nutty. And one of these guys who's won the award today is Arabian Change, my friend Mohammed Sahli. MENA FinTech Mentor of the Year Award, a very special award to a very special lady. But before we announce who that is, Omer Hamid, the partner for KPMG, could he come in and join us and hand out the award? And the winner of the MENA Mentor of the Year Award is Farah Fosok, the Global FinTech Person of the Year Award. And the winner is none other than David Schreier from Oxford and MIT, wonderful supporter of this cause, great inspiration to all of us.
There are 3.5 billion people in the world who are underbanked or unbanked. In the MENA region, 92% of the population is underbanked or unbanked. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity to help people if we can just figure out ways to innovate our systems. Part of the problem is that a lot of the systems we're using were designed for the legacy world of you have, I don't know, 10 million customers and $1,000 average balance. And those systems are not well equipped to deal with 1 billion customers with a $10 average balance. The future is the global south. But our legacy systems are not architected to handle the demands of this world. We have to create 600 million new jobs in the next 15 years in Africa and Asia just to avoid widespread famine. Think about that. In the next 15 years, we have to create 600 million new jobs just to keep up with the rate of population growth. So I have some good news. 4 out of 5 new jobs are created by small business. We heard a little bit tonight about efforts to innovate around small business finance, but we still have not banked 95% of the world's small businesses. This is not only a problem, but also an opportunity.
She's worked really, really hard to put this thing together, but behind every great person is an amazing team. So can we please invite the team over, get the music, get a nice picture, and then we'll start the fun, and the Halloween is going to start. So, Team Fintech Galaxy, please.
Anthony heads our technology. Nahil is the brains behind this event. Forget about me, I only look good, and she's the one doing all the work. Heba, she keeps me sane all the time. She manages our office. And Wasim is the social media, digital marketing geek behind the scenes. Thank you all. I can't thank you enough. I want to thank as well the judges. And last thing I want to say, there's one person in this room that means the world to me. He's my dad. I love you so much. And I know that my mom is proud of me up in heaven. Thank you all, have fun, and let's start with the dancing.